This is where the fun begins.
The fate of the galaxy is now in your hands. With the new LEGO Star Wars Slave One, you can load Captain Solo, arm your weapon systems, man the cockpit, and take off with the most feared ship in the galaxy. But watch out for rebel ships. No matter the enemy, no matter the firepower, you control the action. With the new LEGO Star Wars collection.
Woo! The Slave One Star Wars Lego collection there. Awesome. And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Thursday morning coffee chat. And as always, what's in your mug? What are you enjoying today? I have coffee, just regular coffee with coconut creamer and a little bit of sugar.
Yeah, that's not regular coffee.
Yes, it is. It is regular coffee. My mug is from Istanbul, so I got it in Istanbul when I was in Turkey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, you will not be triggered by this. In my cup, in my little teacup, is Irish breakfast tea with 1 lump of sugar and a little bit of cream.
Oh,
that's very traditional.
Very, very nice. Very nice. And
out of a teapot.
There, I'm a little teapot, short and stout. All right. And what are you enjoying, Steve?
Coca-Cola Zero.
All right. His standard, his Coca-Cola Zero. Awesome. Awesome. And again, everyone, welcome, welcome. And I have Steve, my co-host, and my special guest, Teresa, who has been enjoying these stories about Boba Fett in Blood Ties. And so I'm excited to have her back.
Yay.
I know. And then I have Lady T. Look at her. Morning, Laura and Stig. And she didn't know you were coming on. So I'm pretty sure your name would be in there too. So let's see here. And she says she has hot coffee in a cup, cold here. Nice. Nice. So she broke away from the tea and is drinking hot coffee. And we have Keely Chow. Hey, everybody. And good morning. And good morning to you as well. And let's see here. And Soul Assassin. Morning, y'all. Morning, y'all. And then, yeah, so everybody's trickling in right now. So, Stig, how are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. Been reading a little bit. Gonna finish a Conan novel, and then I'm gonna move on to Wedge's Gamble, the second X-Wing book.
Awesome. I'm excited for you to go through the X-Wing series. Oh my God, it was such a joy the first time I read them. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
It's kind of weird. Well, I set a reading goal for 30 books this year, including audiobooks and graphic novels. Last year I did 90. Ended up on 90. There were no bricks though, but still, it's weird. I'm supposed to be illiterate,
right? Because because when you watch things, you're illiterate. I don't know. I don't understand that.
If you don't watch, well, I don't know.
That was such a weird take. That was such a weird take from that individual. And I don't understand this. I've always said I may not agree with maybe what you like about Star Wars. We're all not going to agree on some things, right? Just like, me and you with the humanoid chicken lady that Wedge had an affair with. Was what her name was, Zui or something, Zui or whatever her name was. Yeah. And yeah, so there's things we're not going to agree with, and we're going to tease each other and stuff like that about shits, everything. It's just life.
You know what? My only really wish for Star Wars is that they would finish the books they had planned.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I don't want them to bring back the EU in or have new authors or the authors continue, because they might still insert what they're doing to the new lore. And
I mean,
I'm very cautious on that.
imagine if they hired, Claudia Gray to write the Jaina Solo trilogy.
Yeah.
That would not be a win.
No.
You know.
Mm-mm. No. And so that's why we're here today. We are here to go over the original lore of Boba Fett, since that's been the hot topic, the triggering hot topic at that. You can't speak against it. You can't speak of what you may not like. It all has to be positive, or everybody's going to go off on you. So you can't have an opinion about that, which doesn't make sense because no media is free from criticism. None.
No, I mean, if you publish a book, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of a dialogue between you and the reader. It's a form of dialogue, really. So if the reader invested 10 hours into reading the book and paid $20 for the book, then yes, that person has every right to say what he thought about the product he purchased.
Right, exactly. That's just normal. And if you don't like it, then you're not going to either purchase that product in, like similar product in the future, hoping that they'd make changes. If they don't, then you're just not going to be involved with it, or you're going to give it a chance and hope they did some changes, so there's always a give and take or whatever. Keely Chow says it goes both ways. Disney, we don't consider the sequel canon the same way you don't consider the EU canon. Oh, so he just drops the mic.
Yeah.
He's like, drop the mic, the drop mic moment. And then Soul Assassin, I tweeted a comic page the other day that showed why Boba didn't talk much or removed his helmet, wrecked the Boba Fett laugh out loud. I think I've seen that. And then Lady Toriel says, hello, Miss Martin Muses with a heart. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. And speaking of Boba Fett, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the beginning, and this is just basically my sketch rough draft, but I get carried away and decided to color it in with Copic markers. I have to go so I have to go and buy the refill for the green because I'm running out of the green color. So here is Boba Fett. Now probably gonna put Slave One in the background, like on a platform similar to Empire Strikes Back.
Disney Boba Fett doesn't have the cod piece anymore.
No, he doesn't.
It's gone. Same with his balls, I think.
I was very saying.
Got away from him. They neutered him. Basically, they took all his junk away. That's why his feelings has changed.
Oh gosh.
He doesn't have that toxic masculinity anymore.
Or masculinity.
I love it. As we all saw this week. Even the actor isn't liking it. I don't know if you talked about it when I was muted. Yeah, he's like, he didn't like the writing. He's like, Boba Fett wouldn't be saying that.
Yeah, he wouldn't be talking as much. We do hear him talk in the EU and stuff like that, but he is a person of a few words, and he's a person who, if he has to get emotion involved, he shuts down.
Yeah, I love that clip.
How did he get so fat in the Sarlacc, though? Did he eat himself out?
It's like he gets out, and actually, no. It's funny because after he leaves the Tusken tribes, he's fat.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, maybe they fed him really well. I mean, they could be good folks.
There's so much food on Tatooine.
Well,
I guess he ate a bantha or something. They're okay with that now.
They ate a crate dragon. Maybe they.
Yeah. The crate dragon ate a Sarlacc that was in the mountains in Mandalorian. So, which means the Sarlacc can move through solid rock on the ground.
Yeah. But okay, so if that's possible, then how in the hell, so if a Sarlacc was that muscular and all that, then how in the hell was it so easy for Boba to get out of it then and blast his way out?
I don't know. And why do people build homes underground on Tatooine if the Sarlacc can crawl around?
Yeah.
And there's great dragons underground.
Right.
Yeah, Aunt Brew's in the kitchen. All of a sudden, boom! A Sarlacc comes through like alien busting out of a cavity.
I mean, it makes every human on Tatooine is it's a retard. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, the main threat is underground, so let's build our homes underground, protected by sand, which the threat crawls through.
Yeah, I don't really think they thought of that. I think that, the original lore, there was a lot to think about with, like how would these creatures, respond to these people, and how would this ecosystem live, and how would these settlers, live knowing that these creatures, can harm them in different various ways. I don't think they even thought about that. I don't think they thought
I don't think they thought at all. But I have a question though. In Disney canon, is Jango Fett a Mandalorian again, or isn't he?
For what I heard or seen, he is a Mandalorian, because that was confirmed when he activated that little thing about history about his father and his family on his gauntlet. And it was all in Mandalorian. So mind you, original Boba Fett didn't really know the language or how to read it as well. Like even in 41 ABY, Bavine was trying to teach him, but he was not fluid, and there was still a lot of weight. He still had to get translations with some stuff.
Well, here's the thing though. If Jango Fett is back to being a Mandalorian again in Disney canon, why did Dave Filoni say that George Lucas told him Jango wasn't a Mandalorian?
You know what? I've come to the conclusion that Filoni lies out of his ass.
Yeah, because he lied. And here's the
Filoni
thing.
lied, canon died.
There you go.
If it was true that George Lucas told him, hey, Django's not a Mandalorian, then they're not honoring George with it, are they?
I don't know.
Because they're going against what Filoni said George said. And making him a Mandalorian.
And the funny thing is...
So, basically, it's one of the two. Either he lied his ass off, or they're not honoring George. They're doing the opposite. So which is it?
Right. I think they're lying out of their ass, because if George really didn't want them to be Mandalorian at all, then they wouldn't have retconned it to course correct them back as a Mandalorian, I guess you could say, or keep with the story as them as Mandalorian. Boba Fett's an absentee Mandalorian, which means that he really wasn't brought up in there and stuff like that. So who knows? So we have Matt Wilkins in the house. Speaking of junk being taken away, Stig is on the stream.
No. Speaking of lore-breaking weirdos, there's Matt Wilkins.
And Sukori Boba Fett finally fired his weapon in episode 4, and he finally used his jetpack too, didn't he? Or was it episode 3 when he finally used his jetpack?
Yeah, I saw people say, the fire scene. People said, he should have used a jetpack and flown above them and shoot the people so he wouldn't burn himself. But then people said, no, he can't do that because he doesn't have the helmet on. Well, in Rebels, they fly around without their helmets on all the time. Written by the same person.
Yeah.
And it's in the same canon. So I guess you didn't need helmets on 20 years ago, but now it's required to operate the jetpack. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting so confused with everything on that. All right, so I'm going to finish addressing the chat, and then we'll get into the true, original, authentic Boba Fett in the comic Blood Ties. So Sukori says he ate his sidekick innards after he got replaced with the machine parts. Oh my God, gross.
Gosh.
So he's a cannibal. That's confirmed. He's a cannibal. Did you all see the Cyberpunk Clubhouse? What the fuck? No. Okay. So I find it hard to believe that there is a high-tech medic space to get cybernetics yourself medically altered with cybernetics on Tatooine. I find that hard to believe. Now, maybe maybe it can be possible, but Tatooine is like a backwater plant ghetto. Like if you're gonna like classify parts of the universe, like the Outer Rim is basically ghetto.
Oh yeah, big time. It's a third world country, but so they have a cybernetics shop in Tatooine now. Why didn't Klieg Lars use that to get new legs?
Right. Like, why wasn't that possible back then when everything was, when you would say that everything was at their prime during the Old Republic, right? In the PT, that was like at their prime.
No.
Who knows? Who knows? There's a lot of questions I have about that. So, because Dave is only stupid. Oh my God. Oh, and then I have a super chat here. $20. Thank you so much, Abu Nas. I've been thinking about you. I hope you're feeling well. Sending love to my favorite EU elitist. Right on, elitist. I got to get that clip and put it on here. Still sick at home, lying in bed, listening in, wishing you, Stig, and Miss Martin uses a great stream. Book of Boba Fett is bad, but at least we have badass EU Boba. Yes, we do, and that's what we're going to get into right now.
Well, since Wilkins is in the chat, I don't think you're going to get well soon.
Oh, so now we're going to have this back and forth here. He's probably cracking up. He's listening at work, so I'm probably sure he's cracking up at work right now.
Wait, Wilkins works?
Yes, he does.
Is that at the dock?
Oh no.
Well, you like fishing too, Sticks. I don't why wouldn't.
Oh, that's not what they do at the dock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm
trying to search around, okay?
A certain special kind of worker is what he's implying.
I know that. I was just trying to turn it around.
Oh, my fault. Sorry.
I was trying to avoid that.
Yeah. It's basically a case of him not talking with his mouth full.
Oh, Stig. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay, so let's break away from that one. So Scott Johnson says, I don't think they should have used Maura Morrison. He's too old. I'm sure it's hard to get in super good shape at 61. I don't.
Mark Hamill got in good shape though for the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Yeah. And Harrison Ford, I mean, in Indiana Jones 4, he was in shape.
Mm-hmm.
The man's a beast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. So no replies back from Matt Wilkins. So, but everybody's like, ew.
Yeah. I think maybe he had to go back to work. But
yeah,
when he said
come on, Wilkins, reply, spit it out.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and add this here.
No.
All right, so you know what? Before we get going, we have a lot more people here, so I'm just going to do an artist brag one more time because I want to get you guys excited. So if you're not a channel member, maybe you will consider if you can afford it. Of course, it's not that much at all, but I just don't want to impose on you too much. So this is the example of the painting I'm going to be doing. So I got carried away. I'm using Copic markers and I'm coloring it out to give myself a better idea of like what colors and all that I want to do. And so here is Boba Fett. There we go. So I'm super excited about that. I am super excited. Slave One's going to be in the background. It might be something like Cloud City kind of background on there. So we'll see.
Also, this is a terrible comic cover.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's shit.
I mean, what the hell is he doing? It looks like he's doing some of those yoga moves you do, Laura.
I don't know. I don't do something like that.
Well, his legs are up in the air. They're bending over backwards.
I think he wants someone to take off his codpiece.
Oh, God. Okay, so that's probably what it looked like if I fall doing something.
Oh, my gosh. But Stig, why did you have to say that? Now I can't unsee that.
I know, right? It's like we were going the yoga way, and he's like, the cod piece. Just think about the cod piece. And so here we go. So this is the second half of Blood Ties, and it's called Boba Fett is Dead. Well, we already know that.
Foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. Foreshadowing to Disney Star Wars. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Oh boy. All right. So there we go. Let me go back to the screen. I'm going to take myself off screen while I read so you don't see me making funny faces. Probably that'd be amusing though, right? All right. So the script is by Tom Taylor. Art is by Chris Skelf and lettering Michael Heisler and front cover art. So here's the person who did the front cover, David Plumbo. And then a back cover art, Chris Skelf. So these guys are responsible for this comic here. And so we're doing Blood Ties 1 and 2 of Boba Fett is Dead. All right. I'm not going to read that. So here we go. So here is this cover here. So that's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. You know, I like that better than the other cover right there. So
Yeah.
Like, and I like how, you know, you could tell, you know, you have the desert type crack, arid type ground, and he's laid out flat. So there we go. So here we go. Boba Fett is dead. And you could see that there's a burn through his armor. At this time, his armor's not Beskar Gam. It is Durasteel. He gets Beskar Gam armor in Legacy of the Force era. So that's like 30 something years later. So there's a huge difference between there's a significant difference between Durasteel and Beskar. Beskar is more durable. Lightsabers can't puncture or go through it, and it withstands blasters and all that, blaster bolts and all that more so than Durasteel does. So here we go. So basically, the lady here says, and we're going to get into the story.
Can you zoom in a bit more?
Put your glasses on, Stig.
No, the chat too.
I know, I'm playing with you.
Zoom in a little bit more.
Oh, why? For Soul Assassin?
No.
Oh, is there a naked lady?
No.
Oh.
If I
okay.
It's just better to see it.
Oh, okay, it's the way you said zoom in a little bit more. Like,
yeah,
okay.
I thought maybe
there is a woman on top there. Okay.
Oh yeah, woman on top. I think a lot of guys like to hear that too. There's a woman on top.
Oh gosh, that sounded wrong.
Yeah.
No one did.
It doesn't matter though when you have a cod piece.
Oh, okay, so sir, the holocrons, the holocams were here as you requested. The entire galaxy is seeing the same images we are. And he goes, "You're sure?" And
You've zoomed out again for some reason.
It's zoomed where I could see it, and you could see the whole panel like I normally have it.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah. Stig, get your glasses on. No, I'm joking. Let me see here. I do have a full window too for this. Let's go on. And it says, as good as Fett was in the team we assembled was better. So here we go. So we have Boba Fett here down. Looks like he's dead. He's shot. We have the troopers here, all of that. And
I believe the gun they have mounted on the dewback is called an E-web.
Really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the dewback. Okay.
Yeah.
So unless he can survive a severe case of gaping hole where his head should be, I assure you, Boba Fett is quite dead. So they're reporting back about possibly are killing Boba Fett here. And you will find out who this guy is. And this woman is here soon, or maybe by the second half. I'm not going to give. If you already know, then you know. But if you don't, I don't want to give any spoilers out yet. So there we go. And then so we have Connor Freeman. So this is the guy that we met, that his father's a clone who defected and wanted a better life for himself and had a wife and a kid. So here's Connor Freeman, and he basically renamed his family for Freeman, which basically, you know, is like, I'm free, you know, basically, you know, he's using that as his last name, you know, free from, you know, of being a soldier, I guess. And so basically repeating the notorious bounty hunter Boba Fett has been killed. And so now he's making this strange face. He's like, what the hell? Because last time we seen him, they were departing. He saved Connor from being killed by the crime lord that, you know, took him for his money and stuff. And then so his friend goes, Connor, you okay? And he's like, sure. He was a killer, And so he's telling that to Connor about Boba Fett. He was a killer. And then, yeah, but if he hadn't helped me, I wouldn't own this cantina. Plus, there's that whole saving my life thing. So now he owns the cantina. All right. And then he goes, his friend says, and so he is the same species as Jester, or not, what's his name? From
Dexter.
Dexter. Yeah, not Jester, but Dexter. And I don't remember the name of the species. Do you, Steve?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, everybody Google.
Yeah, go Google. I can't recall the name.
This is the cantina he was in the previous one.
Right.
Because that guy tossed him a gun.
Yeah. So now he's that guy's boss because he owns the cantina. And then so he goes on to tell Connor, this is what happens to men like Fett. Did you think he'd get to live into his 90s on a luxury yacht wearing fluffy slippers?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And we know, if you know Boba's lore, then you would know that he lives for quite a long time. I don't know, Quinny. Men like Fett get shot are blown up. They don't get to wear fluffy slippers. Him and his fluffy slippers.
I know, man. There's nothing wrong with fluffy slippers.
Yeah, they're quite comfortable. They're quite comfy. And then Connor goes on to say, they're soldiers, all of them, and not just Imperials. That's a Rhodian soldier, and that's a captain from a Zabrak army next to the Storm Commando. And so his friend goes on to say, whoever arranged this had a lot of influence. The Empire soldiers aren't errand boys. And he goes, someone very powerful hated Fett enough to invest a lot in his death. Dun, dun, dun. Mm-hmm. And then he goes on a toast to Boba Fett. So Boba Fett's like his brother in a sense, I guess you can say, because both their fathers, like his Boba's father is Jango basically, and then Connor's father is a clone. So they have a lot of similarities or whatever. So
genetically, they're brothers for sure.
Yeah,
half brothers.
Yeah.
Or clone brothers?
No, because the boy was born naturally, but his father is a clone.
Yeah, so he's. Oh fuck! I don't know. Sorry, pardon my friend.
It's so confusing.
Good grief, madam.
Sorry.
Wash your
guys
mouth.
heard that here.
Gosh.
You should hear her on.
Or Wilkins is hyperventilating somewhere.
He's like, not my Teresa.
I'm just losing it slowly. I used to be a refined lady.
And you're like, in this, I think it's Twitter. No,
Twitter. This planet's done it to me.
Yeah, the planet, the time we're in right now. It just brings out the best in all of us. All right, and he's all her like that, and I don't know what that her is for, like I don't know, but and then he goes because he's making a big, like a big salute to Boba Fett. He goes, the next drink is on the house to Boba Fett, and that's what everybody says. And then his employee goes, I'm hiding out, Quinny. Or no, that's not him, that's Connor. So that's Quinny. His name is Quinny. I couldn't think of his name either. I'm hiding out, Quinny. And then you're not going to do anything stupid, are you? He asked Connor. I'm just asking because you're not known for your concerted, measured reactions to anything. And Connor says, I'm heading out. So he looks like he's kind of depressed about losing Boba Fett. I guess Boba Fett had quite an impact on him, as we've seen in the previous comics. So there you go. And then, so now we're in a different scene here. And this is 3 weeks later, the Zabrak homeworld, Iridonia. So there we go. And that's where Maul's originally from until that got fucked up by Filoni.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's from He's an Iridonian Zabrak.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And then
same as Bayo Dur in KOTOR 2.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And then so they meet someone who's hooded right there. So Mr. Man right there. Out of the way, citizen, they tell him. And he goes, is there something wrong with you? Did you not hear Captain Seabar? And then they're telling him, move out of the way.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then he pulls out some blasters. So we're in the dead of the night, and all of a sudden we have a Lone Ranger pulling out blasters. And he's got hit, and there's like, huh. He's like, and he's all, you. And then you want to say the
Kazang.
There we go. And then say it with emphasis, like when you said the F word. No.
Well, it's hard because it has a KZ with another Z. Kazang.
Kazang. And then, of course, he makes his little grunting sound, and he tells that guy in the hood, says, quiet, stop screaming. The Fett hit. Who arranged it? So here we go. And he's all, what is this? Were you a friend of Fett's? And then he's pointing down his blasters at him. He goes, no, Boba Fett didn't have friends. And then he's all telling him, you're stalling. And he's like, and then you don't know who arranged it. He's like, all right. Oh, and I missed a part down here. So let's go back. See, this is what happens when you're like, zoom in. We can't see. And then I have to zoom, I lose my place. And then he goes on to say, last chance to be useful. Who brought you into the hit squad? He's like, all right. It was a stormtrooper commander based on Sathiamon, where we killed Fett. So he's, finally, he doesn't want to die. So he's going to tell him. So, yeah. So that was easy for him to get information out, right?
Yeah.
And then, do you have any idea who I am? And so he's like, thud, if you want to say the thud, I'm like, thud. So he gets kicked over and he's like, whatever. And he's all, you're nobody. You can scream now. That's crazy. And so he's screaming on his way down. So there we go. Awesome, Teresa. You're amazing. All right. What is it?
No.
Like how you did before we started the stream. No. Okay, and now we're back with these two individuals, and the guy says, "What is it, Taishin? I'm guessing that's how you say that. I almost said Tai Cheyenne, but it's Taishin." And she goes, sir, Captain Sibar, Sibar was found dead this morning underneath a sky bridge on Eridonia. And he's like, an accident? And she tells him, Taishin tells him, 2 Zabrak soldiers were shot and killed at the scene. That would be quite the accident, she tells him. And then, you think this is related to Fett? She goes, no, I don't believe anyone cared for him enough for this sort of reprisal. And she goes on to say, however, as your spy master, I wouldn't be where I am today without a healthy amount of paranoia. I'm sending my own people to look into this death. I am monitoring the situation carefully. And then he goes on to say, if this gets back to me, and let's see, there's no more there. Oops, shit. Okay, so now we...
Oh, some more swearing.
All right, I'm just making sure that I don't miss any other text in here. Okay, and it won't, sir, she says. All right, and then so here we go. Sathimon. So I don't know if I said that right. Sathiamon.
Sounds good.
So Sathiamon. Okay. All right. You never know with an I and E sometimes, especially with Star Wars, and how things are pronounced. They've gotten Coruscant pronounced wrong in the beginning a few times before they settled on the correct pronunciation.
Even Princess Leia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is it? General Dodonna or something calls her Leia.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Leia.
Yeah, in A New Hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Han and Han.
Han, yeah, hee-haw. All right. Sorry, I had to do that. All right, so now we are down on the planet here, and it looks like we have the hooded person here. And the person says, hello and welcome to Sathiamon. If you like large expanse of nothingness, you'll love Sathiamon. Identity tabs, please. So basically, identity tabs basically is your
Papers.
yeah, your papers, your ID or whatever. And
Your
so
Vax passport.
there, oh,
Sorry.
no, let's not go there. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go.
There goes her YouTube channel.
Right. It's taken down over that, even though it's all just about Star Wars, just that one word.
Yeah.
All right.
I said Max. I said Max, not Vax.
You said Max. Okay,
Yeah,
the
Max.
Max Pass. Yeah, those are awesome. The Max Pass, right?
Yeah.
And then since the Empire took control of this planet, no one sets foot on Sathiamon without providing their identity tabs. And then he goes, was that so hard? And then so they show, and so we see Connor here. Thank you, Connor Freeman. Enjoy your stay. So now this is kind of, I think this is where they tried to get in for like that scene in Mandalorian where Boba Fett shows who his father is, with all the history of his father being Mandalorian and blah 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 blah. I think they kind of try to do that with what they did right here. I don't know. I'm just speculating, giving you guys some thoughts, something to think about. And then so now here we go, we have these troopers on these what the fuck are they called again? I mean, we're just cussing
bombs everywhere. What the heck's in the water? What's in your coffee?
It's caffeine. I promise, it's caffeine.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it's my fault because I had Irish breakfast tea, so the Irish, I guess, came out in me.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm just swearing like a.
There's Zabraks. There we go,
Zabraks.
Yeah. I miss the old Boba. Now it's all Disney crap. Well, this is why you're here. Thank you for coming in. And I'm just gonna switch. I'm gonna just cool my jets and talk with you guys in the chat, and then we'll go back to it real quick. And then live at the Love Shack. At the Love Shack. Okay. Love Shack, baby. Okay. The Boba Fett you know and love is not dead. He is right there in the books and comics. Right. And then hello to Jedawan Padawan Trayla. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope you enjoy what we're doing here and reviewing the comics here. And those who are tuning in as well, hello to you all. This is Blood Ties, part 2 of Blood Ties comic series. Boba Fett is Dead, part 1 and 2 in the part 2 series. All right. So now we have them on the Zabrak here. Commander, we finished our patrol. And then he's all, head back to the barracks. I'm going to do one more sweep, see if I can kill off a few more of the natives. Well, that's very nice of you.
Yikes.
He's like, I'm going to go hunting for some natives. That's sad. Happy hunting, Commander. And then the Zabrak makes a sound, and he's all, stop that noise, beast. So there we go. And then you hear a I don't know if you want to say it, Teresa.
Is it the
Thwok? Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Thwok.
There we go. And then we have some more sounds here. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Woo! The wind did it. And then...
No, that's woo.
Okay, so it's oh gosh, Steve. Okay, it's woo whack.
No, it's woo. Trust me, I know this after that damn improv.
I know, but I'm reading the other version. It says woo, not woo.
No, you can't even have any emphasis. Like he's like deflated. He's like woo.
Okay, woo.
Yes. Woo.
Ooh, you see, I can't have no emotion like Stieg. I actually I have
know.
a soul.
He's like no emotion in that. He's like, woo.
Ooh.
He's like dead. He's dead in the soul.
Why
right
do you
when he
need
does that.
emotion? Why do you need emotions to say woo?
When he does that, he's like he's dead in the soul when he does that. I was like,
Dead in the soul, dead in the eyes.
all right. And this guy says, shut up. Perfect. All of us just shut up right now and get back to the comic. All right. And then he's like, who that? And he's like, yeah. So I don't know. That sounds weird. And then of course he makes some sounds. And then we have again, if you want to growl or whatever, that there we go. And then he's now it just says "rrr."
I'll show you a rrr.
All right, and then so he's like, what the? And he's like, don't ask who I am. Don't ask why I'm doing this. Just answer my questions. Then he goes on to say, think about how many times you've beaten this creature. Answer my questions quickly and truthfully, or I let go of the reins. Oh, he's like, you abuse this creature wouldn't mind getting revenge back on you. All right. And he says, I didn't kill him. I didn't even fire. And he goes, you were part of the team that killed Fett. Who ordered this killing? And then he goes on to say, and of course, this lovely little creature is like right in his face, slobbering, ready to bite his head off. I don't know. I swear there was a storm commander officer named Mac Weaves. I'm guessing that's what it says, Weaves. He was in charge of the operation, but I don't know who authorized it. I was never told. And then so he's like now pleading for his life and trying to give what he knows. What are you doing? He asked the hooded guy. You can't just leave me here. I didn't even shoot at Fett. There's no reason for payback. And then the hooded guy says, I think, and we know who the hooded guy is. I think your dewback may disagree. Ooh, yikes. And then here we go. And then so now we're back at the platform there, or the landing platform area there, I guess you could say. And he's all, Connor, Freeman, I'm afraid I need to search your bags. And then Sethaimon, I'm like butchering it again, it's not exactly rich in resources, so we don't allow many things to be taken from the planet. He's like, Connor Freeman? And then he says, you don't want to know what's in my bag. You don't want the trouble. And then he kind of laughs and says, thank you for everything, for visiting Sethaimon. So basically, he lets him go. There you go. And now we're back to the sky and his spy, Taichini or whatever her name is. And she says, sir, the stormtrooper commander is dead, killed by his own dewback. Yikes. Someone is dispatching Fett's killers. He comes to the conclusion of that. Yes, but this someone was careless on Sethaimon. He showed his identity tabs. I know who he is. I just have to act before the HoloNet reports the news. And then so her boss goes, Taichini, you find him, you kill him. When I said I wanted Fett killed, I meant all of him. I want every trace of Boba Fett gone from the galaxy.
Wow. Hey, by the way, Stieg's back.
Oh, okay. Welcome back, Stieg.
Yeah.
Okay, so he fell out and came back in?
Yeah. He says he's back.
Yeah, I see it. Hello.
Hi.
What happened?
I fell out.
I know.
It was it just said
woo,
and then gone I was.
I rescue you. I rescue you.
I heard something and I wasn't sure. And then you're like, oh, by the way, he's back. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, you went woo and fell out, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Let me see.
I thought you went no.
Yeah, no. That's what he said after he fell out. No.
No.
All right, so let's move on here. Okay, so anyone who has ever offered him an ounce of kindness, and then he goes on to say, you know what I uncovered of his past? And he goes, I do. The child. He should like the child. And
not that child.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like the child.
The child, if you guys don't know who it is, you will find out who they're talking about.
Yeah, it's not the one from Mandalorian. It's not the Mongoloid Yoda.
Oh,
yeah. Not that child that everybody's all giddy about. This is a whole, and just okay. So he says that he wants any and all traces of Boba Fett dead, right? And then now they're talking about the child, but it's not Disney version of the child. So if you don't know who this child is, you will soon find out. If you know who it is, then you know exactly who they're talking about. All right. And if you know the story, you know exactly what's going on. So this is kind of like a suspense kind of thing. And I think it's done really, really well for Boba Fett. So, and then he goes on to say, I want every traces of Fett gone. That means she dies too. So it's a female. It's a girl. The child is the girl. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that we're at Ziri, the Freeman Cantina. So now we're back at the Cantina, Connor's Cantina. And so with this latest death, it has become clear that this is some sort of reprisal. So I guess they're listening to the HoloNet news for the killing several weeks ago of the notorious bounty hunter Boba Fett. Now, have you noticed? It feels like if you've just been following and you haven't watched it, you still probably notice this. With the book of Boba Fett, it feels like Boba Fett wasn't as well known, just like they did with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
he wasn't well known.
He was a myth.
He was well known 5 years ago, and then everyone forgot about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Star Wars, the new Star Wars. Basically, everybody has amnesia.
Yeah,
which is weird since everyone runs into everyone anyway.
Right,
so,
right.
But they don't remember them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And so the HoloNet news reports, however, investigations on Sathiamon has identified a suspect. At Ziri Cantina owner Connor Freeman. Dun, dun, dun. And look at him. He's like, what?
Yep.
So the plot thickens. And so if you don't know what's really going on, you will find out here soon. So the plot thickens. He goes, Queenie tells Connor, I thought I told you not to do anything stupid, you. And then someone comes in, Connor Freeman. I know how this looks, but so now he's like, what the hell's going on here? So
looks
Connor
like an ARC trooper, actually.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so he gets pulled out from behind the bar. And then Queenie's like, hey, Atzari has its own courts. You can't just take him. And so he's dragging him out. It's too late. And he's like, huh? So there we go. And then now we're on the scene here, making sure I'm okay. They're here, and he tells them to move. So basically, someone's landing. The person in the armor tells him to move. And then so if you want to get this sound effect, Teresa, or both of them.
He just says move. Oh, wait, there it is. Coom, whoosh.
There we go. Awesome.
Whoosh. And coom.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Okay, everybody in the chat, who does better sound effects, Steve or Teresa, Miss Martin Muses? Let me know in the chat who does better sound effects.
Well, there's only one right answer.
Right, there's only one.
I do them literally effortlessly.
You do them as if you have no soul with your words. Poor Steak.
He has no soul. He's never claimed to.
Yeah, true. Poor Stinky. That's probably why he left the first time.
I used to have a soul.
Out.
I used to have a soul, but soul assassin in the chat.
So we're blaming Soul Assassin. Soul took it. So Soul Assassin took his soul. There we go. It's confirmed who Soul Assassin is now.
Oh my gosh.
And then he gets blown up and he says, nah.
Oh my god. Okay, so that
they're being very diplomatic in the chat.
They are. Let me see here. All right, so now we're going to part 2 of this right here. And then we have Mayor McCheese, and he says, hello. Fuck Norris is here. You would have to kill every clone. Exactly. Tuscan Bob. I hate the kid already. He hates Boba Fett. And now he probably hates Connor because he is basically a child of a clone. So you're surrounded, Tuscan Bob. You're surrounded. Your people should have killed him in the Disney story. And then you would have no Boba Fett at all. And then he would be out of your life for good. Let's see here. And of course, if you're coming in, please hit the like button. Our soul assassin will take your soul.
He's a soul eater.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I guess that's what they're going at. And then Jedi Padawan Trela says, Teresa. He's all, I'm not getting involved in the debate, OG. Laugh out loud.
I don't care who wins.
Yeah. And then Stig is very consistent. There you go. And then let's see here. Melvin Cruz. All of you sound way better than the dumb words they use in the comic. And then live at the Love Shack. All right. The soulless man doing the sound effect works for Disney. First thing, you are hired for Disney. You probably would get fired because you would say too much and they would be like, you're a white man, so we need to fire you.
Yeah, I'm white and straight, so I can't possibly do anything Star Wars.
Right. And Lady T says, just love all the sound effects. Yes. Yay. Yes. And then live at the Love Shack, baby. Wrong down. Oh, okay. Okay, so I got it wrong. 10 points granted for Soulless Assassin. Oh, okay, I read it wrong. I just automatically defaulted to Vader's theme.
I'm trying to figure out help me out. Is it supposed to be a Star Wars theme?
No, it just says damn.
No, it says dan.
No, it just says dan. And then damn at the end. It's lacking a woo, though.
Technically, I can read that out for you. That should read like see, damn. That should be like 6 2/8 notes, 1 quarter note, 1 quarter note with an accent, a quarter note with an accent, and then
there you go. We have the
and then that's what he's reading there. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, and then there's a rest in there. If
Duran.
Oh, no, Duran.
It's been a long time since I've even been in choir, had to read notes, how to associate, all of that. So kudos to you, Teresa, for your profession and stuff. You're amazing.
The Soul Assassin is correct. It's like poetry. Dan rhymes with damn. It really does.
Wrong damn. Oh, wait. Let's start the damn song again. It's pretty easy for suffering from Mandalorian abstinence for over a year. Well, okay. You're going to have to give me a better clue.
Mm-hmm. And there's Love Shack is going on again with it. So, and then Melvin Cruz says this comics have the same future as DC and Marvel heroes and Disney down the trash. Are you talking about this one? This is Dark Horse. So I don't understand what you're getting with that. Love Shack says, let's start the damn song again. It's pretty easy if you're suffering from Mandalorian abstinence for over a year.
I don't think any one of us are suffering from that.
No, no. We're not suffering. We're enjoying it. We're enjoying like poetry rhymes. Yeah.
It's like
well, I think
diarrhea, the diarrhea abstinence, same thing probably.
Ew. All right. So here we go. So this is part 2. So we're only doing 1 and 2, and next Thursday we'll do the last 3 and 4 of this. So this is a pretty nice cover here. So you have the dewback. You have him looking at the helmet here, thinking he has killed, or thinking Boba Fett is dead, or he is dead. All of that. So I love the colors. I love how you have the contrasting or the complementary colors of orange and blue. That really brings out the picture here, and all the very little details of the dewback and all that. So I think this one's pretty well done as well. So here we go. And then so we have a blackout on the top panel. Vital signs are good. When will he regain consciousness? So they blew everything up. We just seen all of that, and now we are here. How should I know I don't usually sedate my patients? Wow. Okay. So this should be like a scene on Tatooine. How do I know how to do this? Because I normally don't sedate my patients. It should be like a mad scientist lab on Tatooine, more or less. That's how I feel for the Book of Boba Fett thing that they did with showing Fennec and getting her cybernetics installed. But I digress from that. All right. And then he goes on to say, I used all the sedatives I had, but I bought that stuff in an alleyway on Narshada. I'm not even positive it is a sedative. They're sedative. Mm-hmm. So he went and bought random, quote unquote, sedatives on Narshada. That's not shady. And then one thing's for sure, he's going to be shocked when he comes around. And then he goes on to say, I imagine so, Dr. Evazan?
Dr. Evazan is the guy from the Mos Eisley Cantina that picks the fight with Luke.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to get at, because I was like, oh, that's him. Yeah, so Evazan, I did what I could with what I had. And if you guys don't know, he's even experimented on his own face. That's why he looks that way. That's self-inflicted. This guy's like a mad scientist, a madman.
Almost like a Batman villain, actually.
Mm-hmm. And then here we go. So Connor's in there. Look what he has. He has cybernetic now, because he lost his arm. But you can't retract an arm if you can't find it. He's up, so he's waking up.
No, it says me.
Actually, that is an appropriate sound for someone waking up out of that.
Yeah, that one fits. That one fits, Stig. Now you gotta do better. No.
Oh my.
I'm
demanding.
I know. I'm just playing. And then so he's still murrying around and moaning around here. If he keeps that up, he could lose the new arm. Also, he might drown. So he's waking up. He has no clue what had happened. They got him, he lost his arm through it. And now he's back to healing. And he's got a cybernetic arm. Now, when you go into Bacta, you go in for the full duration that you're supposed to. You just don't go out and in, out and in, out and in like we see in the Disney Star Wars.
That's definitely not how it works.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. If you are required to be in there for a week, you're in there for a week.
Yep.
You get pulled out, then you get pulled out. There's instances where Jedi were pulled out because they were needed. But mind you, some of them could put in a healing trance and stuff and go through that later. But usually you go into a Bacta tank and you're in there for the duration. You need to stay in there for the healing process, whether it takes hours to a week.
If it takes a week and you leave after 2 days, you need to start over again from the start.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Plus, stuff might heal wrong.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, you do get sedated, and you are very disoriented. You're very disoriented after you get out. So it's not like you can just snap up and wake up either. You have to, and even like I think there's one instant, I think it is in the Thrawn duology one, the Hannah Thrawn duology, I think. I could be mistaken.
Imagine if you're in there for a week though, and well, eventually you have to go to the bathroom and you're still in the tank you're using as a bathroom.
No, you're not. You're probably got they
catheter or something or other.
Yeah, there's probably ways to prevent you from soiling the bacta, basically.
Just barely see him in there because the water's brown.
Ew.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways, let's go. Let's get away from that part there. And yeah, so like Luke had to now I lost my train of thought there because of Stig's bathroom take. But anyways, so you go in there and you have like when you get out, and then now here we go, I got it back. So once you get out and you're still like your body's still conforming back to reality, I guess you can say, from being in the bacta, you still can't go and get an X-wing and leave. You still have to allow yourself time to adapt. So there you go. So I think that the original lore does it better. It's not like this. It's a miracle serum, I guess you can say, or algae and all that other stuff. But there is repercussions too. You have to still come out being mindful and stuff like that. So, all right. So Connor right here is struggling. He's like, "What the hell's going on?" He has no idea. And we have the clone trooper, armored trooper here looking through that, and he's looking back, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And that's exactly probably how I'd feel. And then like he gasps, he's like, he gasps and gets some air. He's, coming out, they're draining it. And he's like, "You need to stay still. The transplant is," and then so he's coughing out, he's not understanding. And where are we? Where's Queenie? And he tells him, "Calm down. Do you want to lose a second arm this week?" So it's like, if you don't slow your roll, Dr. Evanson isn't exactly known for his gentle procedures. And so
breaking news, author Steve Perry, who wrote Shadows of the Empires and other stuff, has decided to attack the Book of Boba Fett, saying the stupid is strong here.
Wow.
Ooh, breaking news. You hear it here first.
Oh my God. So do you guys want to elaborate on that anymore before we move on?
Nah.
Okay.
It's just Steve Perry's character, though. Characters showed up in the special edition of Star Wars Episode 4. And Prince Zizor from the Shadows of the Empire was seen in Star Wars Episode 1. So definitely canon.
Yep.
Okay. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, Laura, I do have to go. Duty is calling its name to me.
Okay.
So thank you so much. It's always great being here. I might be able to listen in. I'm not sure, but I will definitely hear the rest on the on the replay. Have a great day, everyone. Hello to the chat. Y'all are awesome. And I'll see y'all in cyberspace.
All right. Thank you. And you have a wonderful day.
Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.
Hi. All right. So breaking news. All right. So I will elaborate on that later. But just real quick, Stig, we have been noticing a lot of authors from the original EU slowly starting to come out to say stuff. Yeah.
There's been plenty of them. Wasn't it? I think it might have been Troy Denning, who had him and another one had a comment about when it turned out the Disney sequel trilogy wasn't planned.
Yeah.
And one of them said like, "Oh, look, they didn't plan anything. And that was not like it was back in our days or something."
Yeah.
Something like that. I can't remember.
No, I remember exactly what you're talking about. And I think it was Troy and I think Kevin. I'm not sure, but people, and if you remember that I did retweet it. I thought I screenshot it and saved it to put in my archives. So if I did, I'll share it later on. So
think Ryan Kennel did a video on it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did and stuff. But yeah, so you're noticing this, and I think they do have a point because George, he had ultimate say. He basically wanted everything to go in consistency with each other, even if he wasn't going to use a lot of the EU or some of the story plots, because we know that the PT was world builded based on the EU.
One of the first things George Lucas said after Return of the Jedi was released, he said Star Wars will continue in comics and novels.
Right.
That's what he said. The story of Luke and Han and Leia.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Why would he even say that if those comics and novels never mattered?
I know there's a lot of that, but yeah. So what I'm saying is that, even if he's not going to use everything, he did consider it part of the saga and all that stuff. And he did put the authors into made them uphold the standards that he himself wanted, so they had to go in. They gave him Weston books to help with the storyline, and other things. They had all these resources. They had to have at least their plot and the storyline approved, even if they didn't get full feedback. It still had to be approved. It still had to make sense overall to the stories. So there you go. All right, let's move on. Doctor, I think I read that one already, but I'll reread it again. Now I can't talk. Evazan. Evazan. Okay, exactly known for his gentle procedures, and you won't have the benefit of being unconscious if needed to operate again. So there you go. He's like, so slow your roll, or you're gonna have to go through a painful procedure. And he's asking him, Connor's asking him, who are you? And then so we see Evazan here toying around with something, I guess, and not here. Come on. So they leave out of the room. They don't want him to listen. And he's like, well, so they're in the ship, and he asks the trooper, well, and he goes on to say, yeah, I suppose you look a bit like me. So there we go. And then he goes on to say, and I am guessing you stole my identity tabs. But tell me, how did you fix that giant blaster hole in your head, Fett? So now he's realizing who it is. And he goes, you don't seem surprised. And I just woke up in a Bacta tank with a lump of metal where my arm should be after being blown up by a low orbiting warship. He goes on to say, I don't have any more surprise left in me. And poor Connor, he really got it bad, didn't he? And now
he literally got it handed to him.
Right. handed to him, or taken away from him. I don't know. And then now, why aren't you dead? Those bounty hunters said you were. And then Boba tells him, a group of people like that tracking you across the galaxy doesn't go unnoticed. I knew they were coming. Because we know Boba is basically brilliant that way, right? He's always ahead of the game. He's always one step ahead, or even more steps ahead than anybody else, And then so I guess he's telling them, he goes, I was hunting a man on a Sathimian. And then so he's moving the rock, and he sees, this come down here, and he goes, a stupid move, Bendak. And he goes, he's looking down at him, I guess. Yeah. And he says, I crawled into a actual hole. How the hell did you find me? He's blasting up. So that's what that is. And then he says, Boba Fett says, the natives don't like people using their burrows. You don't have any friends here. So he's hunting that man. And then, of course, he gets hit in the back here, and, and then he falls into the hole with him. And he's like, and then the trooper says, take him. And then so Boba Fett falls down, and he's like, looks like I do have friends after all. He tells that to Boba. They're not your friends. So he's telling that to the guy there, while Boba's lying on his back right here. And then so we get action going on here. And now it's like, Teresa, I miss you for these sound effects. You could do them, Stig, if you want to.
Yeah, it's just pow, pow, thud.
So down, thud. And then Boba Fett, it's over. They're telling him while he's down her, surrender peacefully. And then Boba says, and then what? Then we will shoot you cleanly. He's like, come up peacefully so we could shoot you. That sounds like, a proposition someone wants to hear. Otherwise, we're going to cook you in your hole. Yikes. And then so we have this right here. Last warning, it's about to get a lot hotter in their Fett. And so it looks like we have him changing armors or changing outfits with the dude here. Time's up. Toast him. So they blast him with a fire gun here down in the hole. So basically they're cooking him. And then this guy flies out. And then they start shooting him. And again, I remember I was telling you guys, his armor is Durasteel. So it's still resistant, but it has a lot more give than Beskar Gam. Now in the new Disney Star Wars, they're hinting that his armor has always been Beskar. So here we go. How convenient for you. That's convenient. He goes, that's convenient. And he goes, oh, you just happened to be hunting a man who looked a bit like you at the exact moment a hit squad came after you. And he's like, no, you choose someone else to die for you. And after you'd lost your identity, you decide to take mine, which cost me my arm, almost cost my life, and definitely cost me my bar and friends. So he's all pissed, and Connor has a reason to be pissed. He does. And then, so we know Boba Fett doesn't give a damn. He will do anything to survive as well. So he basically dressed that guy up, and they thought it was him, and they shot him to death. And then so Boba goes on to say, this is your only warning. Men don't speak to me that way, and keep breathing. So there we go. So what do you think about this, Stig? So what do you think about Boba's attitude here and all that?
It's standard Boba Fett from the Lucas era canon. That's exactly what he is.
Right. He's not like, oh, I will rule with respect and all this other stuff, kind of deal. He does have a code. He does have some sort of morals, but he is basically ruthless.
He already had fear and respect at that point in the Lucas era.
Right. He does, because he is the most feared and respected bounty hunter in the galaxy, right? So there you go. And it took him a long time to get there. But of course, from who he's from, Jango, who was also the original to the clones, and from his tactics, his skills, and all that stuff, he is one of the most feared as well. So there's a history there. There's a legacy there. And he goes, your friend isn't dead. He's like, what? I pulled Quinny out of the fire. He was singed but alive when I left him at Zeri. And he told me to tell you it's just an arm. There you go. And so Connor laughs. You can tell he's going, yeah, well, that's easy for him to say. He got 4 of them. And then he goes on to say, thank you for Quinny. And then Boba goes, when I used your identitab, it wasn't my intention to involve you in this, but you're dead now. So now people think Connor's dead. Do you understand me? Until I can find the person who thinks he killed me, you're dead too. So now they're both dead, seen as dead. And he goes, I understand. So where to now? And he goes on to say, somewhere a dead man can walk around safely without attracting attention. Mandalorian space. They're going back to Mandalorian space. Look at that. All right. And the Midrim Concord Dawn. And he goes, there's something I need you to do here. There's a bounty hunter here by the name of Sintis Vel. I want Vel protected. If this planet is so safe, why would the bounty hunter need protection? And so he's like, of course he has a good of course he, you know, has a right to question, you know, the intentions here. Like, okay, if that place is so safe, why protect this person? And he goes, Val probably doesn't need protection, but it will give you something to do until I get back. He goes, you're leaving me here? Connor says to Boba, where are you going? So they're on Concord Dawn in the Mandalorian sector, Mandalorian space. So, you know, Concord Dawn is part of the Mandalorian, you know, sector there, system. And so if you guys don't know, you know, Boba Jango is originally from Concord Dawn. So that's where they originated from. Blackfell, the stormtrooper commandos are stationed here. Blackfell, what whole moon is a training facility for the Empire. So he's tossing him stuff here. You're going to try to get past an entire Imperial Legion so you can face their most highly trained killers. He goes on to say, or Boba says to Connor, the bag are clothes, blaster, and enough credits to last you a year. So he's leaving him for almost a year, it sounds like. And he's going off to basically go kill, you know, these suspects here. A year, I'm not just going to wait around here for, and then Boba says, if you want your life back, you will keep your head down and wait until I get back. Tell no one I'm alive, especially Sentis Val. And then so he takes off. I'll find Val right after I find a bar. So he's going to go find a bar. He's like, fuck this shit. And then so he goes to the bar. And this guy's like, hey, you can't sleep here. And of course, this is how we meet him the first time. Is that he loves his bars, right, Stieg?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you have anything you want to add to this, like especially with Sentis Val, or should we just not talk about that one?
Just wait until it happens, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. For those who don't know who Sentis Val is, you know, so you'll find out who this is. And I can sleep anywhere. It's a gift. I'm looking for a man called Sentis Val. I'm a friend. A man. Sentis Val is a bounty hunter. A bounty hunter aren't exactly known for their great friendships, this guy tells him. And he goes, okay, I'm a friend of Sentis Val who, with 20 credits for the person who tells me where I can find him. I'm pretty sure Sentis Val has more generous friends. Whoopsie. Ah, shit. Okay, I lost my page. Oh, okay, no, I'm at. Let's zoom forward here. And there we go. That's what I get for trying to scroll. There we go. And so he's asking him for more credits. He's like, hey, if you pay me enough, then, you know, then the friendship's going to be more kinder, opener, and I'm going to give you more information, blah, blah, blah. That's better. Now let me point you towards your good friends. And then so now we are at Blackfell, where Boba Fett said he was going to go to. So he's going undercover to this training facility in Blackfell. And then so unidentified craft, you're entering Imperial space, transmit clearance code, and stand by to be boarded. And then so he's like, And then so there we go. And then unidentified craft, I repeat, state your business and transmit clearance code. Fail to do so, and we will shoot you out of the sky. So there you go. And it looks like you could tell he shot at the engine or something. So that looks like the ship is on fire here, and all this stuff. And then it says, this is a shuttle. This is Shuttle Felon requesting emergency landing on Blackfell. The ship's almost done. It was a rebel ambush. So here we go. So he's reporting in. He's blaming it on a rebel ambush. And he's understood, slow your descent and proceed to docking bay 12. There we go. And then trooper, you're coming in too fast, slow your descent. And he's like, I can't. So he is staging his invasion, I guess, his single invasion, infiltrating it. And then he's like, trooper. And he's like, and then so it goes through. They're like, blast, take out that ship. And then they say, again, take, and it's too late. So his ship is going into the command center there. And there we go. And then so he gets out, of course, because they fly, basically he's got the jetpacks on and he lands out of there. And you could see the Imperial emblem right here. And it's meanwhile on Concord Dawn. And so he's knocking, or whatever that is. And it's there's a little girl here. Yes. He goes, hi, I'm looking for Cintas Val. And she goes, yes. And he goes, you're Cintas Val? And she goes, yes. The bounty hunter. And then the little girl says, yes. You hunt and capture dangerous criminals. And now she goes, I just caught you, didn't I? And he's like, what? And then of course now Connor has a blaster against his head, and it's click. And there we have, there's Cintas Val. I hear you're looking for me, cyborg. And look at that. So he thought that she was a man. She's a female. Boba wants her protected, and there's a little girl. So if you don't know the story very well, maybe you are now picking up on what's going on. And that's the end of that. So what's your conclusion to this so far, Stieg?
Well, it's half of a story. Introduces Cintas Val right at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty straightforward though. Boba Fett faking his death and all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And then we have Muttman. Hello. Hey, listening while working. Thank you so much. And then it looks like we have Rennie in here as well. Orange Hat Review as well. Dropping in, can't stay, but wanted to leave a like for my favorite Thursday stream. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we are getting introduced to who these people are and who they are to Boba Fett. If you know who they are, then you know the story maybe, or maybe you don't know it too well. So now you're getting introduced to the full story and what has gone on between Boba and these people. I'm not going to reveal exactly who they are. However, if you follow me on Twitter, you may know. And again, if you know the story, then you do know. So we have a strong female character. She's a bounty hunter. She has a child who basically looks like she can hold her own, and she is Kifu. She has markings here. So that's what I'll reveal of her. She is Kifu as well. So let's see here. And then Dadman walking. Hello. Well, I have to leave, but enjoyed this as always. May the force be with you. Yeah, we're getting ready to close out here. So this was fun. I'm getting excited because the last two of these, 3 and 4, you get to find out more about Boba Fett and what's going on in his life and what had happened when he tried to lead a normal life. And this is the whole reason why I wanted to bring you guys Blood Ties. And then we're going to go back to Dina Shawn's storyline, because people are saying, well, Boba wants to change. He wants to live a better life, or whatever excuses they're giving about the book of Boba Fett. So this kind of gives you an idea of like Boba who wanted a normal life, and there's reasons what happened. There's he tried to have it. Shit happened. He couldn't. And that's all I'm going to give you right now. So we'll discuss that next Thursday. I'm so excited about that. So Rodimus Prime 21 says, oh, gee, I can ask you some questions about the expanded universe. Yes, you can. Sure. If you're following me on Twitter, then ask me. If you end up, I will check my my DMs that have to be approved, because I do have my DMs set on approval for those who I don't follow. So I'll check those and stuff. But sure, I'm always here for you guys to answer any questions on the EU. So, all right. And then Twitter is toxic that I am beginning to quit it. They argue for days, even if you show writing evidence. Right. That's true. Glad I caught this. Lurking and working. Hope everyone is having a decent Thursday. Yes. I'm hoping you are having one as well. And then that's why all 3 Twitters have backup Twitter accounts. There you go. So this is a fun and compelling story. You get the ins and outs and why Boba is the way he is and how he tried to be normal and he couldn't live that life. And there's more to the story. So just overall impression when you first read this, what did you think about it, Stig, without giving too much away?
Oh, it's been quite a while since I read this. So I don't remember my first impression.
Okay.
But Nah, it's a straightforward Boba Fett story, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a
Mm-hmm.
deep plot or anything, but it does what it's supposed to do.
Right. It's not like not heavy plot driven, but it gives you an ins and out to Boba and why he is the way he is, really. And I think it's really well done for it just being a basic storyline, really. Love Shack says the Bacta prevents you from the need of a bathroom by getting inside your guts and eating your shit from the inside. There you go. You heard that first here. And then Rodimus Basic says OGA. Oh, okay. I already seen that. And then Fuck Nora says, what would be too many diapers? Yeah. So they're talking about the Bacta stuff right now. And then Malvin Cruz. I mean, that comics are not showing good impact in the story of Star Wars. If they are following the same path, the movies of Disney's, we are losing time reading them. Oh, okay. So you're talking about the Disney stuff, Disney Lucasfilm stuff. OG Star Wars. I have some. Okay, yeah, I know you do, hun. I will check it out. Let's see here. And then Mayor McCheese has coffee out there. All right, so we are going to start winding down. So thank you guys for coming in, laughing, and have fun with us, and enjoying these comics and all of that. I'm so excited to get the last half of this to you guys next Thursday, so we can go in full discussion about that as well. So I don't want to go in too much discussion, especially if you haven't read this, on who Synthesis is, who that little girl is, and what's going on and what had happened, and for all of that. I want that to be a nice discussion for next week, especially if you didn't know about these characters. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. And then yeah, so thank you guys so much. And I am wearing my Empire Strikes Back sweatshirt, and it has Boba Fett on it. Let's see here. So there you go. So I thought that would be there's one I'm going to try to find. It's a red shirt, and it has the bounty hunter Boba Fett on there. And if you know about the bounty paper towels, it's a parody of that. So I thought it was pretty cool, and so I'm going to try to wear it next week or whatever. So yeah. And then for those who are tuning in, I wanted to show this off and get you guys excited, especially channel members, or if you're considering becoming a channel member. This is just the idea sketch for my next painting. So I'm doing it. I drew it out. I'm inking it out just for the fun of it. So Boba Fett, and it's going to have Slave One behind him, possibly, like Cloud City in the background, or maybe not even that, but we'll see. I haven't fully planned exactly what I want to do with that. So I'm excited, and that'll be the next painting for the next offering for channel members. So I'm pretty excited about that one. And Malvin Cruz, OG or Sig, you ever read the novel X-Wing Bacta Wars? Yes.
No, I'm currently reading the X-Wing books for the very first time.
Yeah, so he is experiencing it from the start, from brand new, and so I'm so excited for him to get through all of those. I'm really excited about that. So, and then, wow, that's looking great. Thank you so much. I'm having fun. I just need to refill the green marker I'm using for the armor. So I'm almost out of that. So I need to buy a refill for that. And that's what I like about Copics, is that you can refill. And this one's kind of dirty. So, but yeah, because I was really going to town with it. Yeah, so I love painting. I love drawing. I love using the Copic markers. All of that. Yeah, I have fun with it. So if you guys don't have any questions in the chat about this comic so far, that's okay. And then Stig, tell us where we can find you this coming week.
Teresa's channel for the Lord of the Rings thing on Saturday, and on Friday on Jade Shadow's channel, we're doing our top 10 post-apocalyptic movie list, which is, we're not going by the best, we're going by our favorites. So that's going to be fun. We do that once a month. Last time we did, well, it was probably Christmas movies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, and as for me, so Saturday, I will be on Open Airlock's Policies channel for a super live stream of Fall of Night, and so I'm super excited about that. I am confirming if I'm going to be on Space Scene. I haven't got back to him on that. I will probably be traveling during that time, so I'm waiting for information about a training I'm going to this weekend, if it's possible or not. So that I will find out shortly about that. So that is tentative. And then for next week, of course, I'm continuing to still bring out EU shorts pertaining to Boba Fett. So stay tuned. I have one up that is being edited right now, and I should hopefully get it up by this evening. And then, of course, Coffee Chat on the 26th. I have HoloNet Journal, which I have to start putting material together for that because shit has happened. I was in a car accident and I'm okay. But so things kind of stalled for me a little bit. So I'm putting all that together as well. And what else is there? Of course, Coffee Chat, like I said, Babe de Menace I'm on. I wasn't on last night because I had to take care of some stuff pertaining to that and other things as well. So thank you guys again for coming in and sitting and laughing with us and having a good time and enjoying some true original Boba Fett story lore. And I am so thankful for every single one of you guys. And you guys have a splendid Thursday and a splendid coming weekend. So thank you again. And I shall chat with you later. Have a good day.